I decided to make a soft fox leather distressed tote bag with ducks on it. It has like yellow ducks and white ducks, like a mama duck fabric. The cotton, I think it's 100% cotton duck fabric. I got that on Etsy. The leather I got on Amazon. It is distressed soft fox vegan leather. It's the color of luggage tan, 100% cotton. And I'm sewing on the handles right now. I go back and forth about 6 times with the sewing machine. That holds the handle on better when you go back and forth a couple times. Instead of just sewing it once, I like to go at least 6 times back and forth. You can go more if you want, but I usually just go 6. And you do both handles like that. I usually fold my bag in half, and then I go about 2.5 inches away from the center is where I put my handles. So this is just the upper piece. I'm putting a piece of leather to make it look kind of neat. And I'm just sewing that over top of the handles. I think it's about a 1/4 of an inch. And just going down. The leather is really hard to sew. Walking foot might help, but I didn't put that on my machine. I've been kind of lazy. And I use these little clips to hold the leather on there. And just going all the way down, really slow. You can do like a couple back stitches if you want at the end, just so that it'll hold it better on the corners. And this is what it looks like. You're going to raise your handle up, and then the back part will go down, not up, it'll be down. I'm trying to figure it out right here. And then you clip that in place. And you kind of want the front to be up a little bit. And then you're going to sew it like, you can do like a 1/4 of an inch or whatever you want. I don't know the measurements of the inches. I just look at my thing on my sewing machine. It's a preference wherever you want to sew down, just so that it'll stay down long, I'm not the best terminology for the sewing machine. Just kind of go by. This is the inside. It's going to be the leather, and I'm going to sew a piece of the duck fabric on like I did the front of the bag with the leather, but inside it's going to be, on top it's going to be the duck. It's going to look like that. You want to make sure the ducks are facing upward, so you're going to have to put that on accordingly, like upside down, so that the ducks will be facing upward, because it's a pattern. If you didn't have a pattern, it wouldn't mind, but like if you have ducks, you don't want them to be facing upside down when you sew it on. So I make sure that I have them facing up, and then I clip them on, and to sew that on. I usually use the end of my sewing machine, the foot. I think it's about a little past the 1/4 mark on my sewing machine, and I sew that on there, and it looks like this. And you want to do the same thing. You want it facing down on the back, and then you're going to sew across. So this is me sewing it on. I'm going to go all the way down with it, slowly. The machine I have is a Brother machine. It's XR9550. It's got all these stitches and letters and numbers on the side of it. It's a pretty good machine. I like it. I'm not like a professional sewer, but I do try. So I'm just cutting the threads off and cleaning it up a little bit. So then this is what it's going to look like. You're going to flip that up, and then you're going to sew on the leather now. Instead of the duck part, you're going to sew on the leather part. So you want that all facing down. And then you're going to have a little bit of the leather coming up. And then you're going to clip that on. And then you're just going to sew across and kind of, this leather is really soft and flexible. It's hard to work with. It's pretty though. I had it in my stash of yarns, or not yarn, but fabric, and I figured I'd try to use it with this duck fabric. So then you're just going to sew that, you have it clipped on, and then you're just going to sew all the way across. This is the pocket. After you sew around, you're going to clip the corners, but not on the stitches, because it will open up again. Just kind of clip around the stitch in the corner area. It helps you turn it better. You're going to do that in all 4 corners. So that's the pocket, that's the leather, and that's the fabric part of it. And then we're going to kind of like burp it and open it up. So this is what it looks like before. You have one piece of leather and another piece of fabric, and you're going to lay the fabric on top of the leather, the leather facing the front part of the leather facing the front part of the duck facing together. And then you're going to sew that around and leave an opening so you can turn it. So right now we're going to turn it. Sometimes I put my thumb in where the corners are, and that helps me straighten the corners out. Or you can get like a corner straightener or poker, and then that will probably help. They're like little tools. It's like a corner tool you can get, but right here I'm just using my thumb. It's not too bad. Like, the fabric's soft and it's easier for me to do with my thumb. But if it's hurt your thumb or something, you could use one of those turners. So I'm just going to do that in every corner of the pocket. And then you're going to kind of like, you can twirl it, like move it around and try to straighten up the sides. Like use your fingers and just kind of roll it until you get it to where it's flat. And then you're going to, this is the inside of the fabric, and this is like what the pocket will look like when you get it sewed on. But anyway, you roll your finger onto the fabric, and you take 2 fingers and you kind of pull tight and fold those, the opening in, and fold them on top of each other to where it lays right. And then you're going to clip them together. I usually do this part last, but I'm just showing you how to do it. And then you're going to go around the whole entire pocket and flatten it out, rolling it with your fingers and flattening it. And using the clips all the way around. And then once you get it flattened, you're going to sew the pocket around. I need to get better about my measurements of where I'm sewing, but it's an option. You can sew wherever you like, really. I mean, it's not really a pattern, it's just something I'm making up as I go along. So I'm just twirling my fingers into it and trying to flatten it on around the edges and getting more clips. And sometimes it can be a pain in the butt, but that's fine. I haven't made a bag in a while, so I figured I'll go ahead and make one tonight and see how it goes. I don't know about this leather. It's kind of hard to work with. But you're just going to continue to keep going around and clipping. These are called fabric clippers, holders, so they're plastic, different colors. I got them on Amazon. Got a whole bunch of them in a little bag. I'm not sure how many I got. It's been a while. But that's what it looks like. And then you're just going to sew around it all the way around. Don't leave an opening. Just go ahead and sew around it. So this is just me sewing it. Trying to get it in there. It's thick, so a walking foot would be better, like I said, but I don't really like using it very much. It takes a lot of time to install. So you just going around, taking the clips off as you go, because you don't want to sew on the clips because it could break your needle. Maybe one day I can show y'all what I'm talking about on my sewing machine, like where I'm sewing at, because I'm not sure of the measurements and the name. If you like to see a video like that, I apologize. I'm not good with that yet. Never did learn that. I just learned how to sew. I'm just going at the edge of where the foot is, around. That's on the sewing machine. They have like tape measure. It's like a tape measure thing that you can stick to your sewing machine, and I help you with your measurements. I should get that. That way I'll be more prepared about when I'm showing y'all how to sew. But anyway, for right now, I don't know. So I'm just going to continue to sew around. I think this bag is going to be really cute. I can't wait to see the finished outcome. When you get to the corners, you're going to slowly stop and turn your work. About with your hands. The machine won't turn it for you. You have to, like, turn it. And that's what I was doing. And then you're just going to cut that off. And that's sort of what it'll look like. Really cute. I'm just going to go on the inside of the bag like that. So my next step will be to sew that on there, and then I'm going to sew the bag together. So I think that's going to be really cute. Thank you for watching.